How did I end up in the Shaolin Temple in China, rocking footwork rounds with the one and only crazy legs of the Rocksteady crew? Find out today at the Knowledge Drop.
Focus.
Yeah! Knowledge Drop time. This is Focus of the Flow Mode crew, BBOYDOJO.com and Cypher Studio, Helsinki, Finland. There's a few times in my past when things fall in place and you know there's a classic in the making. Shooting rounds of footwork with the legendary crazy legs of the Rocksteady crew in the one and only Shaolin Temple, the original one in China. Well, for that one, the ingredients are pretty proper. They're decent already. But how the hell did that happen in the first place? Let's take it back to 2014. I got an email one day saying that Lilu had to cancel his trip to China, and could I take the flight instead? That competition was called World Dance Games in the city of Zhengzhou, an 8.6 million small city I never heard about in the north of China. I said sure, and off I went, took a long ass flight and a bullet train to get there. And the event, World Dance Games, turned out to be massive. A stadium kind of event, and the other judges were Crazy Legs and B-Boy Danny from China. Shout out to Danny. We ended up teaching a couple of workshops and eventually sitting on that judge's seat for 3 full days. Crew battles with 100 crews of 10 people each, 500 people in the solo battles, and 400 kids in the kids battle. It took us 2 full days from morning to night to judge through the eliminations. And all the finals were on the 3rd day. Pick up 7:40 in the morning every single day, and we finished around 11 p.m. Eventually, we made through all of that, and by Monday we were done. The organizer had set up a small surprise for us. But to be perfectly honest, we didn't care too much. We just wanted to get home. We were tired. But instead, we were thrown in the back of the bus for a sightseeing tour, and we left Zhengzhou city. 2 hours later, we get off the bus, and suddenly we notice we're outside of the one and only Shaolin Temple. The one and only. I thought there was many, but there's only one. 1,500 years of age. This place is where the original Shaolin Kung Fu comes from, and it has inspired millions and millions of people, including the RZA, who used it as an inspiration for the whole master plan behind Wu-Tang and the first album, Enter the 36 Chambers. So we get to the spot, seeing the old buildings over there that echo the history, see the old statues of the old grandmasters, and hundreds of kids outside on the field in red tracksuits, training Kung Fu, living there at 365. We ended up eating the same food as the monks do. They call it mock meat because they're all on a plant-based diet. And soon we're on a walking tour inside of the temples. I'm taking pictures of everything like any regular tourist would and getting goosebumps behind every single corner. Suddenly Crazy Legs walks up from the back and asks quietly, "You want to shoot some footwork?" I freeze for a little while and then I said, "Let's go." I had my GoPro with me in my backpack and I set up the 2 cameras right next to one of the temples and we rock a couple of rounds of footwork. And I have to admit, I did get a little nervous at that time. I've been looking up to and being inspired by Crazy Legs ever since I saw him in B Street for the first time, and I was 12 that time. And here we are 20 years later. Couple of minutes, couple of rounds, a fist pump, and it's a wrap. Once I got back home to editing, I had to think about a perfect song that would match whatever just happened. We had no speakers, no nothing, so I had to come up with a perfect song. What will sum this all together somehow? The Shaolin Temple, the Wu-Tang Clan vibe, and the original B-Boy funk. It would have to be El Michel's affair. Wu-Tang Clan funk covers would protect your neck. And that was it, the missing link. I love the outcome eventually. Nice and quick, the ancient dust floating from the footwork and all that. Simply a classic moment and a great memory. Shout out to Crazy Legs for being open and supportive for the newer generations. It would be very easy to say, "Nope, you guys suck, you're not doing it right, you can't teach, we did it better." But that typical mentality would eventually just lead our beautiful dance form to die out. Legs has always been supportive and given props to me and countless of other B-boys and B-girls of the newer generation, despite his accomplishments, his contribution, and his crazy resume. I salute that. Thank you.
I try to jump into a cypher, fucking Focus is trying to jump out in front of me or after me. He's a pain in my ass, but the motherfucker got flavor, the whole crew flow mode. God damn, does it get any better?
So next up, head out to BBOYDOJO.com for more free inspiration and knowledge. This is Focus signing out with the knowledge drop. Catch you next week, y'all. Peace.